We're starting. First of all, thank you for coming. Despite the heavy rain that we got today in Seoul, you're here, so thank you very much. It means a lot, that you're endured the weather. I hope the drinks and the food will make it worth it. And we have a few short presentations from our Oasis side and Ocean side. They're going to do a quick keynote and a demonstration. So yeah, we're going to get it started. And then afterwards, we have some food prepped already there, and yeah, some drinks on the terrace as well. So hopefully, yeah, the weather doesn't ruin it for us, and we're still gonna have a good time. Oh, do I have a clicker, or is this mouse? So welcome to the Deepin and DeFi AI rooftop. It was still on the rooftop, but it has a roof. We're still on the highest floor, but there's a roof because of the rain. Okay, they're still sorting out the clicker. All right, works? Perfect. Okay. No, it's all good. So I'm going to start off with a quick presentation from our side, Oasis, and talk about a bit about decentralized AI. And because that's a big topic, hone in a little bit more on the users and DeFi side of things. But yeah, not to prolong it any longer. How does the current AI landscape look like, right? Everybody is using AI in one shape or form, either just LLMs for some searches, or more advanced stuff for content generation, character imitation. Let's have a raise of hands. Oh, maybe later, but yeah. How does the control distribution look like? It's pretty bad, right? Usually everybody's using Open AI's ChatGPT or Grok from XAI, Anthropic's Claude, right? So we have a little bit of a battle between centralized AI and decentralized AI, right? Like, show of hands, how many of you guys are using either Grok, ChatGPT, Claude? Yeah, it's basically everybody. How many are using Venice AI or ASI1? Very little hands, yeah. I mean, that's cheating, right? Because you know the project. But in general, yeah, everybody's sticking to the main players, right? And the decentralized options are still yet to get some more coverage, right? So if we look at centralized AI, it's really dominated by big tech. We have it, as I mentioned, OpenAI, Anthropic, even Google with Gemini. I didn't mention they have the data, they have the compute power, they have the development talent. We saw the battle that Meta went into to get the talent, the engineering talent, right? I think one contract was even in the amount of $1 billion or something like that, right? So they were really hiring sports stars, but the problem is that of course, centralized AI has a lot of advantages with economies of scale, access to data, and rapid development. But the disadvantages, like data privacy concerns, monopoly over AI, the risk of bias are real with centralized AI, and we don't even see it, And the current problem is, tech companies and users here, are more excited about AI features than their data privacy, right? I think if you're on LinkedIn, you probably got an email around their terms and conditions this week or last week, how they're changing, if you allow AI data to be trained on your data on LinkedIn. And I think it's a default opt-in, so you actually need to opt out if you don't want AI to be trained on your LinkedIn data, right? So that's the current situation. That's why decentralized AI is really important, right? Removing the single points of failure, adding transparency, verifiability, clear advantages here, right? You have the control of data, the enhanced data privacy, less potential for bias. But obviously with decentralized AI, there's also disadvantages. That's why you're probably not using it as frequently or at all, right? It's lower performance. The models are less advanced than the centralized counterparties. There's slower coordination, there's lack of standardization, so that doesn't mean we shouldn't, work towards trying to, better decentralized AI. But this is the real situation that it is right now. But with decentralized AI, what we can do is really focus on the user, right? We can, help with ownership, having users control, their control what they do with AI, through consent and individual choice. Transparency is one of the key things That's verifiability of execution. It can be public or private. Transparent doesn't mean that everything needs to be public. It just that means it means that it needs to be verifiable, right? And value, of course. Users should be included in the value chain, right? Currently, you're getting farmed, right? You're of course you're using the products for free, right? To an extent, but you're getting also extracted with everything that you interact with. So I'm going to hone in now a little bit more on a smaller topic, which is how crypto and AI can converge. And for me, we saw the evolution of crypto ecosystem, and we saw many different trends from NFTs to meme coins, RWAs, DeSci, DePIN, and some are definitely here to stay, right? But one constant, I would say, since 2021, it's definitely DeFi, right? We can see that has been a constant. We can see the TVL. This is from DeFi Llama, right? It peaked at around 300 billion in 2020, end of 2021, right? And we surpassed it now. It's sitting at 400 billion. Probably a stable coin adoption, RWAs coming on chain. But I think this is actually without the RWAs. But yeah, just the whole adoption with the institutions and everything is driving that, that growth as well. Oh shit, what did I do? And the AI side of things is the emerging crypto trend, right? It started, probably even before last year. We can see how it's staying here with the agents, with everything, that the agents and AI, AI to crypto can bring to the crypto ecosystem. And that's why, we see DeFi as really like a winning combination, right? Merging the two trends, one emerging, one that has staying power, and basically helping users participate, Usually they stray away a little bit because of complexity. We saw with the, let's say, the meme coin craze on Solana, right? Last year, we saw that users want to participate, but want, the quick win, something simple. They just buy a token and hope it goes up. They are not patient enough, or confident enough to put larger sums of money into DeFi, to get that 10-20% yield, which is a lot better than TradFi, but maybe they're having trouble finding opportunities, or they're having trouble evaluating the risk that is associated with those opportunities. And we see AI as the potential solution right here to enable crypto and non-crypto users to be able to participate here, right? But, oh, sorry. Can you hear me well? Or should okay. Sorry? Soft. Okay. Like this? Is better? Okay, cool. Sorry, I forgot about mic. And we have the rise of the agents right now, right? So you have the industry momentum. AI agents are gaining traction in TradFi and crypto, right? You had Jensen Huang predict that 2025 will be the year of the agents. You have MCP, service popping up left and right. And you have even evolving capabilities, right? At the beginning, agents were more like chatbots, but now you have agents handling high-stake roles, and they can provide, personal assistance, personalized experiences, and potentially agents are, your solution to the crypto UX solution, to the crypto UX, right? Currently, people need to be able to interact with multiple protocols, switch chains, where with the agents, you can maybe just describe what you want to do, and then the agent goes and executes it for you, right? But the whole promise of DeFi AI and agents, right? It's speed and efficiency, 24/7 operation, complex pattern recognition, democratization of sophisticated strategies. But the key thing is, that we need to ensure that it stays there. It's transparency and verifiability. And again, transparency doesn't mean public. It can be private, but it needs to be transparent in the sense that you can verify the execution, right? And this is something that we have to make sure that we don't forget when it comes to this, because if this is not there, then it's the same as going back to TradFi, right? To centralized exchanges, to centralized counterparties. And this is where our Oasis stack comes in, right? If there's two things that I want you to remember from this talk is this, right? Oasis provides confidential and verifiable compute, and it's trustless both on-chain and on-chain, right? So even our off-chain compute is completely trusted. You have the remote attestations, that get written on chain that you can verify what gets executed within the secure enclave. I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper, what that means, but not too deep because it gets very technical very fast. So you can, sorry. Now, yeah, sure. Let's hear it.
Hi everyone. I was wondering if zero knowledge has any role in this. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so the good thing about T is, this is the tech stack that that Oasis tech is based on. It's that you can build on top of that, right? So you're not limited just to TEs. TEs are just similar to develop with. You have general compute. But for, let's say, if you want defense in depth, you can add ZK on certain stuff that you store it within the TE that adds a little bit of complexity as well, right? But it adds to the security of it, right? So no problem. You can add ZK. You can, let me just try to go back. I'm going back. Yeah, you can add FHE, ZK, anything you want, but I don't think everything needs that type of security, right? I think, Vitalik's, I think, vision is more math-driven, right? So ZK, FHE is the only way to go. But even I think he conceded that for certain stuff, T's right now are more applicable because they work. You're able to develop with it now. But yeah, we're definitely adding those capabilities when the time comes. For now, there wasn't real demand to add ZK to TEs because people have, people that work with TEs have enough, let's say, trust that TEs are secure enough, right? The only kind of trust assumptions that you're doing is that Intel is not corrupt, right? Which I guess it's good enough for now, right? We'll see in the future. There are projects where they're trying to decentralize the TE production as well. They're and they're speaking to the producers, but that's having the distribution production of that. It's complex, so we'll see how that evolves. But yeah, going back to the Oasis tech stack, right? So everything runs on TEs, the on-chain confidentiality, the off-chain as well. You have the remote attestation, from the off-chain compute being written on-chain, so you have that verifiability and traceability of all the enclave invocations. And what this allows for you to is basically develop, custom off-chain logic that you can easily verify on-chain. And the framework itself abstracts away, a lot of the complexity that these bring to the developers, right, and really enhance the developer experience. So, sorry, wrong way. How the framework works is basically, it does the TE provisioning for you. It does the on-chain registration. It has out-of-the-box smart contract integration. It has an integrated KMS. We're adding now even multi-sig governance over the TEs, right? So it's not a single pooling failure with the admin that controls the TE. We're also going to be adding GPU support in the following months, so you're able to run actual models, right? On your own. But yeah, this is kind of the basics on how it works. And really, the key thing here is simplifying it for the developers. What they need to do is basically create a Docker container, and they deploy it through the framework, and that's it, right? Nothing more needed from the dev when it comes to all the TE complexity. I'm going to keep it short. So I want for you to take away a few, key pieces of information from the presentation, and it's verifiability is key to everything crypto. The model was always don't trust, verify. Let's try to keep it that way. I think there's a lot of concessions being made. Even I think Esther or Aster, how's it called, the new DEX from CZ, right? Is it really a DEX? I don't know. I don't want to FUD, but there are a lot of things that people are trying to take shortcuts on and to keep everybody on the straight path of verifiability. Oasis Stack enables combining on-chain and off-chain compute in one verifiable stack, so all your needs. And yeah, the future of AI will definitely, crypto and AI will definitely be private and trustless. And yeah, any questions you might have, get in touch. This is our website on the QR code, my email, Telegram, X handle. If you, and obviously you can speak to me here after the talk, and we can have a chat how we can bring trustless confidential compute to your project. Thank you very much.